Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we have a very special show for you. Today, we have two strong, strong women. Today's title is Women in Power, Leading, Breaking Barriers, and Owning Their Space on the Unapologetic Entrepreneur. So again, I want to welcome you all onto this beautiful podcast where we speak truth, challenge limits, and inspire change. On today's episode in Women in Power, I am joined by two phenomenal leaders, Ms. Lashawn and Takeria. These are women who are making a mark in an industry that hasn't always made room for strong female voices, but they've not only stepped into it, they've owned it. So sit back, relax, get ready to ask your questions. You know our platform. We're going to dive deep into what drives them, what challenges them, and what challenges they face, and how they keep showing up with grace, grit, and unapologetic power. Stay tuned. Here we come. Here we are, and we have Ms. Takeria Sullivan, and we have Ms. Lashawn Holman right here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready. How you ladies doing today?
Doing good, doing well. Fantastic, Leo. Thank you
Doing
for having
amazing.
Ooh, I'm glad you guys can hear me loud and clear. No, we had some little technical difficulties. Let me make sure I say hi to our crowd. What's going on, Mr. Mark Ashwin? We also got Dennis. Yo. So our crowd is coming on. You ladies, I hope you're ready. As you guys know, if you're out there listening, you could put things on your chat, on your comments. I will read them, post them. They will answer. You're welcome on the conversation. I also have my beautiful phone number just ticking down in the bottom. If you guys have any questions, feel free to call. I will answer the phone. You ask your question, and they will answer. But as always, I'm always ready, so I don't have to get ready. Ladies, just so you know, we're discussing women in power. Obviously, you've been ready for this. You are two women in an industry that's been filled by men, and you're making your mark, right? So this is today's goal is to understand what fuels you with your ambition and passion. And just so everybody knows, they have no idea what I'm going to ask. And even if they did, they have no idea what you're going to ask. That's when it really gets real. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. I hope you're comfortable. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making time on a beautiful Friday when I know that you ladies are out there helping people. But we're going to get started because I'm dying to know more about you. All right. So, I'm going to ask you guys some simple stuff. I'm going to start with Ms. Lashawn. And then Takeria, you will be answering the same question. Okay. So, LaShawn, what inspired you to step into this industry, and what keeps you waking up every day ready to do it again? Because as an entrepreneur, you're either in it or out. You can't really have like days off. You know, your business is like a baby. You got to keep raising it. So, what keeps you going? What even got you here, and what industry are you in?
Well, Leo, actually, I started out as a realtor. I was in real estate and I've been a realtor for pretty much 18 years now. And what had actually got me in the industry is getting my financial house in order. I realized that no one talked to me about, financial literacy as far as building generational wealth, proper protection, will, trust. It's just something that didn't happen during my upbringing. So as I got my financial house in order, I realized that, hey, most of my clients that I've serviced, they're not aware of this either. And I can definitely make an impact and make a change, not just in their lives, but in clients to come. So I kind of tapped into the industry, got licensed, and I added it as an arm to my real estate, but it just exploded and took off. And now being able to provide financial literacy has changed so many lives and is so rewarding. I'm a leader that when you know better, you do better. So basically, that's where I get my reward from is being able to educate, give people choices, give people options. What keeps me going, what gets me, moving every single day is waking up every morning and just fortifying my why. Why am I in this? I have to tell myself this every single morning. Like you said, sometimes you're in it and sometimes you're not. This is a tough industry. But every morning I wake up and I fortify my why. I remind myself of my why and why I'm doing this, and that's to change lives.
Mm. Takira, same question. That was great. I love the way you answered that. Takira, same question. Would you like to reiterate, or you got it?
I got it. What really inspired me to come into this industry is basically having the freedom and the time. Initially, my mom and my aunt, they brought me in the business when I first got licensed back in 2010. But prior to that, my parents always was entrepreneurs. My mother owned the first shoe store, black owned shoe store in New Jersey, next in a prominent area. And she was the first one to do that when I was in high school. And I was like, that is impressive. My aunt, my father, everyone in my family always was entrepreneurs when I was younger. And I really didn't know what that meant. But as I got older and working in corporate America, I saw that, okay, this isn't for me. I need my own business. I need something that I can do that can free up my time and also put a name behind it, right? A lot of people did great things in my family, but I just didn't feel like my last name was really going to have that impact on the community, although we would do a lot of community events. So when I got into this industry and then I realized like, hey, this is the answer to everything that I've been wanting. And then once I, had my son, and everyone know my son is living with autism and ADHD, I was working overnight, LaShawn. I was working overnight, coming home, averaging 2 hours of sleep. And I said, I can no longer do this. I am going to die doing this. I need to be able to focus on my son and make sure that he gets everything he needs, as far as developmental. So that is what initially started it. And what really keeps me going is the fact that I know how many lives I've changed. A lot. I see people all the time. They come to me. They like, I see you online. I saw the event you did. And they're willing to talk to me. A lot of people in our community, where I was raised, they're afraid of this topic. So when they see someone like themselves that they know are genuine, they're more receptive to being able to come and take the information. And I just basically want to do that. I want to be that household name in my community that they say, you know what, Takira, that girl, that is who you go to.
Mm-mm. Look at you two coming into an industry dominated by men and leaving a footprint, putting your foot in it, all the way in it. Oh man, thank you for that. Ooh, look at this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's number 2 for me. How has your definition of success changed since you first started?
Mm.
Mm,
Are you
who's gonna
choosing who
go
go first, or do we
first?
just
I'm gonna
dive
go with
into it?
Takira. She already started breathing. Let Lashawn right in her mind. So go ahead, Takira, you first.
Well, at the beginning, to be quite honest with you, at first it was about what can I do for me? Like, not being selfish, but I was thinking about my success. I was thinking about, how can I really change my life? Right then and there, because I look at it, if you don't have your own house in order, how you gonna be able to lead a team and get other people in order? So at first, it was kind of just really about me. But as time went on, and I decided that I don't want to just help people with their finances. I want to start helping people really become financial free. And that means giving people this opportunity, offering this opportunity. And when I decided that I was going to start offering the opportunity more, my definition of success changed, because it was no longer about the profit of what I got for me. It was more about helping the people. I was thinking, what can I do for them? How can I pull them up? How can I show them, while you're still working a 9 to 5, you could be building this thing over here. And you can be educating other people that and other co-workers. So it changed from just thinking about my own success, um, and what I can do by myself, and realizing that having people behind you and really pouring into people and showing them that you really care, and educating them and letting them know you're just not looking at them like a dollar, but you're looking at them like a family member. You're looking at them because you know that they can be successful, and they just did not, or they didn't have the education or someone to come and tell them. So it changed more into helping others and pulling them and making sure that they have success while I do the same.
Well, okay, all right. What we got? What we got for the people, Miss LaShawn? Come on,
Well,
let them
well,
know.
basically, like Takira said, basically the success for me was actually a little bit different. Being in this industry and in this business, it requires two things. It requires a skill set and it requires a mindset. But pretty much more so, mindset is what's key. For me, I would say in order to be successful in this business and in life is going to be the mindset, right? You can, a skill is a skill. You can be taught a skill, you can be learned a skill. However, as far as the mindset, that's what's life changing. Your mindset determines your movement. Okay. And you only can go as far as you think. So for me, my success was basically change when I was able to change my mindset. I had to do a lot of self-development and I had to understand how the mind worked, reprogram, so I can then go out and be that instrument to help change others. So my success came about when I was able to change my mindset.
So you say your mindset was in a different place before this, and then everything evolved from that.
That is correct. In real estate, basically you just need a skill set. You know the skill of real estate. And naturally I'm a person that loves to serve and take care of others. So that was there. But in this particular industry, it's totally different. Skill set is not going to hit it. It's not going to get you over. You have to have that mindset. And that's something that I was missing. So I'm still arriving, but I have become a better person, a better leader, and my results of my mindset is showing in my success.
Man, I swear you guys stole the answers to the test. You stole the answers to the test. Y'all thieves. Look at the way you're answering these questions, man. Man, I'm about to go put on some Beyonce. Who runs the world? Wow. Woo. I'll be like a DJ. You guys are doing something different. I wasn't expecting this. You guys are standing up like, we're ready. Bring it on. Don't forget, if you're watching, all of you out there, don't forget to post your questions. Hey, I have questions, but post your questions, call in, let them hear your voice. See if you put them in the hot seat, because this seems too easy. They're like, oh God, this man, I'm everybody's watching me on Facebook. I'm ready. Go ahead, look at y'all shining like you want to. All right, here we go. I got another one for you. Let's go right into it. So now we know his mindset. We know what drives you, right? So it's so important to be able to see that, because you don't hear too much about women really dealing with what goes on in just entrepreneurship. Never mind the business that you're both decided to go into. I mean, we have a lot of women. I mean, I have a lot of women teammates, but some people just, I don't know, they feel like it's a male dominated space. And right now you guys are really putting your foothold, and I really mean it. So let's talk about a few things that might tickle you. Let's see. Lashawn, this time you're first. Every powerful person has faced fear. What's one fear you have had to face in this journey, and how did you combat it?
Wow. I would actually say my biggest fear in this journey, or along, in this industry or along this journey, would be basically my fear of success. And I didn't know for the longest, I felt stuck. I knew I could do this. I knew I was extraordinary. I knew I was going to do something big because I had it within me to be able to do this and master it. But deep down inside, I was afraid of success. My big goals, my whys, my dreams, I couldn't reach them. And what happened is I realized that there was a gap from where I am right now to where I want to go. And so I can see it, and knew that I wanted to be something big, and knew I wanted to be successful in this business, but my mind hadn't caught up to that yet. So my biggest fear was success in this industry, and how I'm overcoming it is, once again, through self-development. I'm filling in that gap. I'm becoming more educated, being more exposed, helping other, having more confidence. And when you fill in that gap, now you're able to go on and conquer, and you have the power to move forward. So my biggest fear was being successful.
All right. Takeria, it's on you, girl.
That was great, but mine was the opposite. I I had that fear of failure, of no one believing that what I'm doing is going to change not only my life, but the lives around me. When I made that decision to, walking in this journey, because remember, I had my license since 2010, but I worked the 9 to 5. I wasn't utilizing my license until I got fed up with my 9 to 5. I would help people in between, sometimes no time. You know how that go, right? Because you working at 9 to 5 and you're so used to that check that you're gonna get every week. So when it had just got to a point where I couldn't deal with my 9 to 5 anymore, just over broke, I made the decision. And something, God, he was just whispering in my head, like every time something would happen, that I would get something, and somebody will call me and be like, you're still doing that insurance thing? So when it came to the failure, I say failure, or feel it, or what people would think about me, because they knew I was a single mom. I have my son. I've always taken care of him on my own, but I have a good village. And what are they going to say when you walk away from this wonderful job, making this money, to go do something that, yes, you ultimately can make a lot of money, but it's commissions? What are they going to think about me? How is that being a good mother? Is that a good decision? Is that a good idea to do? Maybe you should just kind of, figure out, while you're still working, and start building your business. But I just did it. I just knew that God was going to have me. And I knew that I was going to just walk by faith and not by sight, because I could not do it anymore. And when he kept putting things in there, letting me know, you can't be afraid. You can't feel like you're going to fail. I need you to know that you're going to make it work. And by the grace of God, that's what I did. And days wasn't easy, but guess what? It wasn't that hard either. It was hard to stand at my 9 to 5 and literally feeling like I was going to die. So that failure part, as time went on, and LaShawn spoke about the mindset and started reading more books and being around like-minded people and hearing other people's stories and knowing that it's other people doing worse than you, that failure now wasn't something that I was scared of. I didn't allow fear or failure to drown me. I let it drive me to do what I needed to do to, be successful and to help others.
Man, I can't wait to watch the playback. There is some real nuggets being dropped here, man. I'm gonna be able to take this and use this. I love it. We got a question from Mr. Ezra out there. Ooh, Ezra. He says, what is the benefit for women being in this business, especially being able to work remotely? LaShawn.
I think Takeria kind of hit on that in the beginning when she was talking about why she came in this industry. And one of the biggest things for us is freedom. I'm going to be honest with you. This is not to male bash or anything like that. But as a man or as a male or whatever, this is your lane, right? You're a provider. You go out, you work, you bring home. If you're married or have a family or whatever, you go out. Stop, Leo. I'm not going to male bash. You go out. This is what you're supposed to do. But we are equipped and built differently from you guys. So not only are we in this industry doing the same thing you all have to do, but remember, we still have to take care of home as well. We have the children, we have to cook, we have to clean. And I'm not saying men, don't do that. But let's be honest, that role really falls on the woman, if you will. So with having that responsibility and that duty and still being here, kicking you guys' butt, doing what we're doing in this industry, that means that we are very, very strong. So being able to have that freedom, to balance home, life, and work, I mean, that's what's the game changer. That's what's priceless. But no, we appreciate you all. We really, really do. But we're just built differently. You load it on us and we can handle it. We can blow it out the box. But
I hope these comments get filled up by these gentlemen watching, because he's not male bashing at all.
We're going to have to go witness protection when it's over.
I know, right, sis? But no, absolutely what you said. I mean, you pretty much summed it up. Because that was exactly what I was thinking. It's the freedom, it's the time, and it gives us that ability to be able to take care of home, to cook that dinner, to have everything in place, to make sure the laundry is done. But also it gives us the chance to be able to make a lot of money and build the business. And if people are married or whatever, to be able to contribute to what their husband brings to the forefront. Because a lot of people think, in the past, a lot of people say that this is a male dominant industry. And I only believe that was said because the men were being highlighted in that. But when you really look at it, what is it? 51% of life insurance agents are women. So that just speaks for yourself. And the fact that we have multiple in our company right now that's at the top speaks volumes to what women can do. We are the best at multitasking. So we can do a number of things. We could go to the school, we could cook lunch, we're going to cook dinner, we're going to have this. We are naturally just like that, and we nurturers. So when people see women, the benefit to being a woman in this industry is the fact that people are more receptive to women. When they see a beautiful woman that's articulate like me and LaShawn walk in, they're willing to talk to us. Their guard is down. So that is why I believe that women are very, I ain't gonna say more, but very successful in this business. And that is just one of our benefits. It's just being a woman.
Is this mic working? God, what is going on? Man, I got something for you. All right. All right. Look at that. And you guys, for you out there, just in our defense, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna make Takeria go first because she pulled up ChatGPT stats to come out with 51% of women are in the. Where's that coming from?
No, actually, Vianis told us that at our mastermind.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's another woman for the callers that's here. Exactly, another woman on our team that is amazing. Okay, yes. So big sis, let me know that.
Yes.
No chat.
Right. We have another question from the one and only Mr. Mark Tirolia.
Oh, Coach.
They might have answered this one because they answered like 17 questions in one comment because it's all about women. What unique advantages do women enjoy and have in this industry that might not be available to them in other industries? Ooh, I like the way he phrased that one.
I would say for myself, and you're absolutely right, we did hit on it. Takeria especially hit it on it when she just answered the last question. By, nature, we nourish, right? We're compassionate, we care, and different things like that. So what I love about this industry, being a woman, is that we're not only sitting down providing strategy, financial literacy, and different things like that when we speak with our client, but we are providing also empathy. Mm-hmm. We're able to relate. We're able to build relationships. Mm-hmm. And that's very key. Like she said, when your guard is let down, when you see us, especially if we have the skill set too, and we know our stuff, we're educated, then when we are able to also build that relationship and have that capacity, that's life-changing. That's what sets us apart from a man doing this job versus a woman. And also, once again, I have to go back to the freedom, being able to multitask, being able to take, because if you're really good at it, you're going to take care of your home, provide for your family, and still knock this out the box at the same time too. So just being able to provide that compassion, that empathy, build relationship with people, and still be a nurturer, which we're automatically naturally built to do.
And I mean, you pretty much summed it up, sis. Just to add something to that, we have women's intuition, right? And so when sometimes a man has another man come in, that ego comes in because he want to, and you could be the most educated person coming in to tell him something, but that man may not want to feel less than sitting in front of a man and seeming as if he doesn't know something. So when we come in with our charm and our women's intuition telling us, okay, this person, he's a little guarded. We know how to be able to talk and ease that down and show him. And like Lashawn say, it's nothing more, I'm just going to say it, sexier than a woman that can sit down with the skill set, the knowledge, and be able to talk about finances to just not a man, to a person, period, and really know what they're talking about, and the other person can understand it. So I think all of that we possess as women, it is something that's just amazing and can't be really explained. Look at Leo.
Just real quick, I want to piggyback off of that, Takeria, because you hit it right on the head, especially with the male ego. It is hard for a man to, especially if you have another man that's stern and he has that ego. With us, we know our role, and this is not to diminish women at all. As a matter of fact, it's a compliment. We don't have a problem with a man having an ego. We will let you be the head. We'll let you be in charge because we know we're the full body. So we don't have a problem with letting you, do what you got to do, keep that ego, and allow him to let that guard down. So I wanted to piggyback off of that. That was a good point, Takeria.
Thank you, sis.
I like how this is working, but I suddenly feel like I need a female co-host because I feel like I'm getting daggers thrown on me. This is not working out right now. But it's okay. I like that. I like the energy. I like the energy. Okay, okay. You know, my mom was a woman. She did it. She held it down. It's okay. I got it. Let's see what Mr. Marvin has to say. Success I believe, success in this business isn't about just numbers. It's about impact. What's the most fulfilling moment in your journey that reminded you why you do this?
Mm,
I
I
would
can
say,
go.
oh, you gonna go?
Or
Okay,
you
go.
could go ahead. Go ahead, LaShawn. I
No,
didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, baby.
no, you good. You go ahead. I started first last time. You got it.
Look at this. Go ahead, Takira.
The most impactful thing that reminded me of why I do this is when I first went to my son's school and did a financial literacy workshop. And after that, all of the teachers, the principals, and everything started coming to me. And maybe like 3 days later, now, mind you, I wasn't a parent's advocate. I really wasn't. I was my own advocate because this is my only child. So I just did the research for like that first 3 years. I mean, on it. And after that, and when I went to speak at his school, and they called me and said to me, his teacher, they said, we have a list of parents that would love to talk to you. I don't know why, but I just got so emotional about that because it wasn't just about what I could help them with resources for their child's disability, but it was so much more than that because they knew what I told them about how hard it is to get their child or their children protected, right? And then after that, I just stayed in touch and I just became the PTO. I would just do everything. And last year, I never forget, his principal called me and said to Kara, I need you to come and I want to talk to you. I'm thinking it's something Kari did, my son did, or whatever. And when I got there, she said, we want you to be a part of our women's panel, and we want you to be able to speak to all the parents. And I went and I spoke, and they gave me a plaque, and it was uh women's month or something panel. I have my plaque and stuff in there, but that just warmed my heart because I said, you know what? This is not going unseen. Sometimes we may not get the success that we want right now. Sometimes the paycheck don't match the work that you're doing and your work ethic. But just the fact that they remembered me and they knew what I was doing for the community and how much I'm out there, that warmed my heart. And that will always be one of the things when I first started and really doing this in this industry that really just said, you know what? I can't stop now. I have to keep going.
All right, LaShawn, follow
Yes.
that one.
Well said, Takira. Mine's is actually opposite. Mine's is my impactful experiences have been more so with my seniors, right?
Mm,
My niche is with my seniors, which draws me to, being able to protect their retirement income and being able to make sure that they preserve their wealth. A lot of them don't know about, they know about wills, but they don't know about, probate court and all of that. So they don't know about trust and different things like that. And when you're able to sit down and educate a senior who's so vulnerable, everyone takes care of babies, right? And then we have our mid-age, we can take care of ourselves, but who really take care of our seniors? So my
mhm,
most impactful moment is taking care of my seniors, being able to, one, protect their retirement savings, giving them
mhm,
options and choices so they don't have to go stand and be the greeter at Walmart, being able to
mhm,
provide a lifetime income stream, and they're
mhm.
sitting here like, how did you do that? How did you take this little nest egg and make it much, so that's very impactful because I'm able to say to them at the end of the day, it's not me, I'm just a vessel. God is really using me to give back to my seniors and take care of them so they'll be okay. And the most impactful moment for me is one of my seniors called me and basically said, we really, really appreciate you setting up our annuity, our will, our trust. we just feel such a heavy burden lifted. We feel that if we were to pass away tomorrow, we're okay. That is impactful. That's that's bigger than any paycheck, bigger than anything. And then they turn around and say, and we also wanted to call and let you know that we want to change our trust and make you the executor. Huh? What? No, no, no. I don't want to be the executor. But this is how, but they was insisting on doing that. But this is how much, guys, we impact and change people's lives.
Yes.
This is how much the income, the money, all of that will follow by default. If you just
Yes,
care
it
about
will.
and solve a problem, be the solution, then that's what's going to be the impact.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely,
All
LaShawn.
right. You got dropping mics. If you break it, you buy it. I got one for you. In the moment of doubt or burnout, what centers you? What helps you reset? What is that reset button that keeps you? It's almost like what keeps you going. I sort of know the answer where you might be going, but I would love to hear what you guys got for that. Let's start with LaShawn this time, then go into Takeria.
For me, it's going to be back to the mindset. That's why I said everything in this job is the mindset. There are several days when I have doubt, but I have to recruit myself every single morning. Every morning I get up and I recruit myself. Like I say, I remind myself of my why. I fortify it and say why I'm in this business. But more importantly, one of the things of my mentor, actually Coach Mark, that's on this call, he has this thing whereas if he don't do a certain amount of calls, right, his kids are being kidnapped, and if he don't make these calls, he's not going to be able to get to his kids at the end of the day. I had to start reprogramming myself that way. I don't use that scenario, but when I don't have the energy, the strength, the do will to keep moving, I allow that alter ego to come out and just be determined to say, no matter what, you got to show up. No matter what, you got to have the discipline. You got to have the consistency. So for me, it's knowing that why, getting up and just recruiting yourself every single morning, every day.
Go ahead, Takeria, take it over. I'm telling you what, you guys are dropping some real knowledge. I hope this is good for not only females, but males as well. You're just dropping, like, right there. You have to recruit yourself. Recruit yourself every single morning. That's deep. That's deep. Go ahead, Takeria.
That was wonderful, LaShawn. Basically, what she said when she started talking about the mindset. Yes, the mindset, but it's my leaders. It is my direct mentors. It's my direct leaders. Because when that thermostat ain't thermostating, I need to be able to talk to someone that's going to get it to the number it need to be. That's why it's not one day that I don't go without talking to my ED. Not one day. I talk to him multiple times a day. But just imagine 365 days in a year, I do not miss a day. And I talk to him multiple times a day. You know what I'm saying? I have coach where I need to talk to him. Sometimes I got to pull him into his office, or I just send him a text, or I might say something. I always, when I'm waking up and I'm feeling some type of way, because guess what, people? Let's just keep it real in 100. Everybody ain't waking up every day like, this is good. Let's go. No, it doesn't always work out that way because life is always lifing. And sometimes you may not have it, but you got to know that you have something that can resurface you and put you back. If you're in a funk, you could be in your funk for 30 minutes. That's what I was told. Be in your funk for 30 minutes. Get it all out. Do what you need to do. Cry about it, whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to be about it all day. That's why I never had bad days. I may have a bad couple of minutes or an hour or maybe even two. I'm working on that. But I'm never going to have a complete bad day, no matter what's happening, because I know I have my team members that I'm going to surround myself around. They're going to put me in another mindset because they're going to see that I'm not my normal self. My energy is off, and they're going to pour into me naturally. And then I have my direct upline, my coach and my mentor and my ED that is going to pour into me. So, and then I always put this in my mind. Like LaShawn said, she has to re-recruit herself every day. You know what I think about? I think about the worst time. I think in this business, and every time I think about that time, because it was bad, it makes me think that whatever I'm going through at that very moment is nothing. It's minute. It's not even that serious. And I could get through it.
Okay. Woo, I feel like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, therapy is in session. So we have another question right now for you from Dennis. Dennis wants to get into the action. What is your approach with building your business as it relates to empowering women in this industry? Woo. LaShawn, you want to?
Okay. I would say basically one is, we have to create a culture or an environment that's going to make women feel safe. We need to know that we are heard, that we matter. And being able to emphasize on that verse that creates that environment and that culture. That's number one. Number two is basically not necessarily leading as a male of the pack or whatever, but leading with them, showing them examples, walking with them, letting them know, hey, we're doing this together as a team. I think that's what a true leader is anyway. It's not just a title or position, it's influence, right? So if I'm able to have a team of women and I'm able to show them that they are important and create that culture in that environment and influence them and lead by example, then they will trust me and we grow together. So that's a benefit of knowing what another woman needs in order for her to succeed and excel.
All right.
I totally agree. With LaShawn. But another thing, and even in, I want to say my practice company, and I'm trying to build that, or I've explored those options, even, mention them to my upline. But I think that, a lot of people say, oh, it's the bro crew. I think we need to have a women's crew. And I think we need to have that safe environment and that safe place. And I've always, and now that my team has been growing, I've really, really been considering, planning to really start a woman's group where we come in and we talk about all of the negative things that we may feel that happens in the industry when it comes to women. Some women may feel like, oh, I don't get the recognition that I should, and I did better than this male, and this, that, and the third. And their point may be valid, but it's not being heard. Like LaShawn said, we want to be heard. We want to feel like our voice matters, especially when we are contributing to the success of the entire business. But also, you don't want to get too wrapped up in that, and you want to be able to understand that sometimes some things just happens the way it happens, and everything happens for a reason. And when it's your time, it's going to be your time no matter what you do, and keep them focused. Women at times, and I'm just going to be honest, we are very emotional, right? So sometimes we allow our behavior to be a reflection of the emotion that we're feeling. And sometimes it's not even that. It really isn't. We just over emotional about a situation because we feel like we're not being heard and no one's talking to us, and the top leader is a man and the man may not be this. And not to really put men and women against each other, because we here have a beautiful relationship with the male figures and our leaders
that are males. But at the end of the day, to just directly answer that question, I really want to start a women's group within our agency that we have right now. And I think that we would get more women that may not be willing to speak in a complete form with everyone, but if it's just our women, they will feel more comfortable and they'll be willing to even stand up more, and then they can show their true gifts and talents.
And
Wow. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, LaShawn.
TT, that was very well said. And I just want to make sure, I think you said it was Dennis that answered that question.
Yeah,
I
Dennis.
want
Yes.
to make sure that he understands. And TT probably could relate. I'm sorry, to Kira for the sake of social, public viewing. Um, that
TT good, sis.
he probably could relate to me when I say it's important that you all know, as far as women, we don't necessarily want to have power. We don't have to be in charge or want to be in control. So it's important that you understand the difference from power to empowerment. You empower us when you show us that you appreciate us, when you understand us, when you make us feel, valued. That's empowerment for us. We don't have to have power. So I just wanted
That's
to make
right.
sure that you understood the difference.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, sis, for saying that.
people are getting into my question, so I'm going to put it out there right now. Oh, wait, we got a comment that I got to put out here.
Oh,
We got we got a comment from. Oh, we got emotional intelligence is definitely necessary. We got Omar Mitchell saying, "Y'all women be emotional. The passion be real though." Okay. All right. And then we have a question right here. What advice would you give to men that are training women under them to be successful? Man, I can answer that. But what advice would you give men that are training women to be successful under them? Go ahead. Takeria, take this one away first, and then it's going to be Miss LaShawn. LaShawn is trying to bite at the bit. She's like,
Uh, baby. Okay. I think you need to really tap in to, like what LaShawn said, what a woman want. We're not trying to take over the kingdom. We're here to just add to it, right? So first you have to listen, actively listen to what we say, because I know sometimes we can ramble on and say some things and you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, right? Listen, be empathetic. Don't be that strong macho feeling like you just gotta hit it in the jugular. Listen and kind of understand where that woman is coming from, because sometimes I feel like a man ego don't want to be able to accept advice or criticism or a active plan that might be better than what he thought of, that will propel our team to be more successful. Let your ego down. Be open to new opportunities. Be open to new ideas. And don't take it like we're trying to tell you what to do. No, we're only trying to enhance what you already have in place. That is what we're here for. So when we talk to you and we're telling you our concerns or what we feel like can be better for the team, not just ourselves, and that is coming from a very genuine place, because women are naturally nurturers. We are naturally nurturers. So we're not just trying to just speak or shoot our shot. We're really trying to come to you to say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Understand, take it in, and say, okay, I get it. Also, recognize the fact that whatever work I have put in thus far, don't just blow it off to the side. Everybody don't need recognition, but some people do, right? So you may have to recognize that this person contribute something monumental to your team that really blew your team up, and you will never say nothing because you want people that's looking from the outside looking in, believing it was you that did it when the whole time LaShawn did it, or Takeria did it, or another person did it. And you're taking the recognition and stuff because I've seen this. So not my experience, y'all, not my experience, but I've seen that. So I think it's more important to really see where they're coming from, where their mindset is, what they're trying to contribute to the team, and just recognize them as just showing up and being the leader that you see within them, and not be afraid to tell them that. That's all I got.
I hope the men out there have their pencils and their notepads ready because I'm taking notes. Go ahead, Ms. LaShawn.
She hit it right on the head. I mean, she answered that question well. She spoke for me. This is the same answer. Just being heard, listen to, to be heard, not to respond. Make sure you appreciate us and recognize us. Like she said, we may give you ideas or different ways or whatever. Let that guard down, let that ego down. We're not trying to take over. We don't want to be the head. We actually realize and know that we're your backbone. So when we're giving advice and trying to do things, it's natural in us to be the backbone, not just at home, but for our team too. So that's the way we're naturally going to do. So just show us that you appreciate us. We don't want your job. Listen to us. Show us recognition. And here's the crazy part. Sometimes you don't even have to do recognition openly. We are used to being the backbone and working behind the scenes. Sometimes if you just say, hey, I appreciate you doing that speech and letting me get kudos for it, we good. We ain't even got to have it open, but just acknowledge us, recognize and appreciate us.
One thing I want to add, even you saying that, LaShawn, one thing I want to add, because guess what? And this is me and LaShawn. Like, women that are alphas, like ourselves, that are strong, determined, passionate, people can take that and perceive it in a different way, right? And if you don't have a strong leader that sticks on that ego, you and them will clash. But when you have a leader that respects you and is aware and actually self-develop, they're not looking at your strong alpha female senses or voiceful things that you say in a negative or derogatory way. They're taking it like, oh, she on to something. She's good. And that's what you need. And I think that sometimes when you have a stronger female like myself and LaShawn, some leaders can't take that. So even if we have the best idea in the world that will make them $1 billion, they don't want to look at us, or they don't consider us, or they don't put us on a pedestal, or they don't put us out there. It's because they feel like we give too much. She's just too much. And I feel like men need to set that aside and let it go. Because when you have a strong woman or women like LaShawn and myself, we're the women that's going to have your back to the end. We're the most loyal. Ain't nobody going to talk about you. Ain't nobody going to be able to do anything or say anything about this business because we got your back. And we're going to handle it. Even when you don't know something is going on, we're going to handle it. So I think the men have to be able to just come down a little bit, just step down off that little horse or hop off of them and realize that beautiful addition you have to your team.
Oh my God. Thank you, Takeria. Thank you.
Well, guys, we're coming to an end, so I'm gonna definitely have my last question here. We got a beautiful comment from Ms. Magdalia. He says, "We are natural helpers, incubators, and builders. Amen. We don't want your job." So that was just her face. I have to try to imitate it. So here's my last question for both of y'all, what advice would you give to women coming behind you who feel like the odds are stacked against them?
You want to go first, TT, or
Do,
you?
do, do, do,
Go,
do.
go ahead, sis. Go ahead, sis.
I would say basically your mentorship. Follow your mentorship and your leadership, because as women, we are already, I don't want to use the word suppressed or oppressed or anything like that, but we are already, we're not that alpha male. We're not that leader. And we can be strong, educated, but in this industry, like Takeria said, the black men, it was given to, I'm sorry, not the black man, but just men in general, it was given that the man is dominant in this industry. So we already come in with the odds against us when that's really not true. If we can just basically follow our mentorship and leadership so we can establish our mindset, that will help you. You're halfway there. For me, even when I don't understand it, as long as I know I have a true leader and a true mentorship, there's things that Coach Mark tell me to do, and I get in my own way. I'm like, nope, it don't take all that. I'm not doing that. There's some things that my ED, my executive director, tell me to do that I'm like, nah. But I learned that they are creating that pathway, and we are built to follow. Even though we can lead, we're built to follow. So follow your leader, your mentorship, until you have reprogrammed yourself, until you have arrived. And that is so important because we are naturally built to follow. And in this industry, you have to be a leader. So follow your leadership, your mentorship, go through the self-development, reprogram yourself until you're fully reprogrammed and your mind catch up with where you're trying to go. Just show up every morning, follow your leadership, and do what not told, but just follow the system, follow your leader and your mentorship.
All right, Takeria, what message do you got for them?
Absolutely. I agree. Everything that Sis LaShawn said, absolutely. Totally agree. And also, when you're following your mentor and your leader, it's not just listening to what they're telling you to do, but it's also for you to apply the tools that they give you to do to your everyday lifestyle, because you can read the books that they offer you. You can listen to the advice that they're giving you, but you're not applying it to your everyday life and your activity. And one thing I want to tell the women coming in here, listen, you have to believe in yourself. You have to get that belief level up so high that no matter who tell you that you can't do it or that business isn't successful, girl, I don't know why you keep doing this. Or when you can't get people on the calls just coming in, you have to believe in yourself. But the only way you could do that is to surround yourself by your leaders and your uplines, your sidelines, around the whole team. That's because it's like-minded people that been in a situation that you've been in at the beginning, and now they know how to deal with it. Then you also have to start seeking out a good mentor if you don't have one. Some people don't know. You find your mentor. Your mentor ain't looking for you, you know? And so you need to seek your mentorship. You need to come and see who, what, and ask for that mentorship. You need to surround yourself by successful women in the business. And that is whatever definition of success that is for you in the business. Or you see somebody that is on here all the time, you tuning in, you coming in the office and different things, and you like, she's always talking, she's running trainings, she this, that, and the third. Reach out. You cannot be a secret agent and expect for you to be successful. You have to be able to maneuver and talk to other people, but at the same time, allow whoever you choose to mentor you or whoever is your upline, you talk to them and say, hey, you run it by them. What do you think about this? Do you think I should do this? I've been thinking about that. So everything LaShawn said, and basically just that, you got to believe in yourself that you're going to be successful when no one else is going to believe it.
All right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, they give us a full out. Listen, I got to give it up for y'all. We got to have a part. I didn't even get through all my questions. And there's still questions coming on the chat. So I would advise you two ladies to go back to this, rewatch it, and answer some of those questions in the comments. For those of you that are rewatching, please remember to like, share, and subscribe right here. Scan this QR code or do it on Facebook. But this has been an incredible hour. You guys are enlightening me. I almost feel like crying. But anyway, I won't.
Oh, Leo, I have one thing I want to say. I know you got to close out, but I just have one thing I want to say.
Girl, to run the world. Go, LaShawn. Go, LaShawn. Wait, I have one thing to say. I got one thing to say, Leo. I just want to say thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I always appreciate you. You know you my ED godsend. LaShawn, you my sis. We always have our little conversations. Everything you're wonderful. Already know we gonna sit here. We're killing it. We're about to be EDs. We doing what we need to do to serve the team and pull people in. And I just want to say thanks to all of the viewers out there, the watchers who made comments and stuff. I can't even see it, but thank you guys. And I just appreciate you, my ED.
Wait, we're not done yet. Guys, we reached before the end our shameless plug. All right, Ms. LaShawn, okay. I know you're doing a lot of things out there in the community. You know, you have a Facebook, you have an Instagram. There's a lot of women out there that are looking for strong women to mentor them, teach them, train them in this industry. How, where can they find Ms. LaShawn?
Yes, so thank you for that, Leo. You can find me on Facebook under LaShawn Hatcher Holloman. That's LASHAWN Hatcher HATCHER Holloman HALIMON, and the same for Instagram as well.
Make sure you go back at the end of this and put all that in the comment section. Yes. Let people know where they can find you, because I think it's very important. See, there's a lot of women out there looking for strong leadership, and let them know. Aren't you doing some kind of events, anything you're doing where they can see you live?
Actually, I will be in Detroit, Michigan. I'm here now, but I will be actually doing a live event, No Family Left Behind, on tomorrow in Westland, Michigan. I'll put that on my Facebook as well, and I'll go back and put this in the post. If you know anyone in the Detroit, Michigan area, have them stop by. I'll put the address up. But yes, I will be doing a live event on tomorrow, No Family Left Behind.
All right, Mr. Kira, shameless plug. Where can they find you? What are you doing? And where can they see you live? There's women, I told you, in all different places in the world that want leadership. Let's go.
Well, everybody know it's Takeria Sullivan, TAKERIA, Sullivan, S as in Sam, ULLIVAN, on Facebook. I have my conversations with TT weekly, sometimes daily, just depending on how I feel or what I need to drop to come in and talk about what I do and how I help families. I am in the Roselle area. Tomorrow, I have an event with St. Matthew's Church here in Roselle, where we having a fall festival. We are going to be giving away turkeys, chicken, food, bags. We have the children. They're going to have face paint, and we're going to have everything. Leave your wallet home. Just leave it home. Just come with an ID if you need to just walk the streets with an ID. We are there to give you everything, giving out turkeys with the councilwoman, Cynthia Johnson, 3rd Ward Councilwoman in Roselle. Also, I have another event on Thanksgiving. Your girl, the chef, homemade chef, I will be out feeding the less fortunate, and I'm going to be giving out coats and clothes and blankets. We're just going to have an array of things that we're going to be doing. You can also see me on Instagram. It is my business name, which is DCS, and that is Diverse Coverage Solutions. And I am also on TikTok. I'm not that savvy yet, you guys, but I am up there. If you need me, I always put my number out there. You can DM me if anybody needs an opportunity, if they want to volunteer with anything that I do with all of my with all of the events that I'm giving. Just holler at your girl. 862-214-5064. That's all I got, Leo. Thank you.
Well, please make sure you put that in the chat when you go back. So let me just give you guys some closing remarks, man. Today we've heard from two, not one. I had two. I don't even know how I packed them into an hour. I probably have to do this separate. They got so much to say. But we had two powerful women, right? We heard from them on why instead of waiting for permission, just take charge. Just really get out
Mhm.
there and create your own path. Lashawn, Takeria, I want to thank you for showing us what real leadership looks like. Not perfection, but persistence. That's very important. Not fearlessness, but faith, because you both have had that and stepped into this business of just having blind faith and moving forward. I love that. To every listener out there, especially the women chasing big dreams, remember this: your voice is your power, your story is your strength, and your
Mm.
time is now. This has been another episode of the Unapologetic Entrepreneur. It's been an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to have you here today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, be blessed.